They're Owensboro's ambassadors of music, and they've traveled all over the world now, representing Owensboro and helping to promote the Americana music that they're famous for. Heath and Molly are back in the studio this morning, and I know it's early. Thank you so much for getting up and being here.
We're glad to be here, Kirk. For you, we'll be there, as I've said many times.
We talked last time a little bit about your history. I think a lot of people don't realize how long you have been singing together.
We've been singing together as a duo since early 2009, and of course Molly's been singing all her life, and I've been singing since I was 6, so we've got deep musical roots.
Molly and Heath just got back their second tour overseas, and it was kind of unique because the Owensboro fan base actually helped you deliver more music to our sister city in Olmos.
You're exactly right. My hair stands up talking about this. It was very important for us to actually give back with everything we do, and our fans purchased H&M Euro stickers that we offered for sale, and we raised hundreds of dollars. We used that money to buy instruments for the children in a Romany children's home in very disadvantaged conditions. It was amazing.
What was that like, Molly?
It was incredible. There are children there who use the services in that home from ages 4 and 5 all the way up to late teens. And so many of those kids are so musically inclined. We noticed that last year when we went and played a concert for them. And we knew that this year, when we were invited back, that we wanted to bring them instruments. They had a few of their own. They were in not so great condition, and there were very few instruments for as many kids as there were. So we went and purchased 4 keyboards and a turntable, and we presented it to them, and they were so excited. And it was probably the highlight of our musical trip there.
Well, music
Definitely.
certainly may change their lives. It changed your alls. How did you both get interested in music? What was the first instrument you both got?
Guitar for me.
Yeah, same for me too.
Guitar and Willie and Waylon Jennings and the Dukes of Hazzard, and my granddad gave me a quarter for every song I learned. And in the mid-'70s, if you made a few bucks a week, you were uptown, brother.
That's right, I'm sure. What about you, Molly?
Guitar was my first instrument as well, and I grew up playing like Johnny Cash and some Waylon Jennings too. I had one of those outlaw country fathers. You know, he's like, there will only be Johnny Cash in our home. You know, so I mean, I learned Folsom Prison when I was like 8. It was weird.
Well, one reason we wanted to bring you back is to talk about the Owensboro music scene. You've been involved in Owensboro music scene for so long. How is it different now?
Well, really what we're seeing now, just talking in broad strokes, there's so many more opportunities just in the past few years for musicians, professional and amateur alike, and that's really exciting, being a professional musician in Owensboro. The support we see from the city, the community, the local businesses, and folks just in general realizing the value of the arts and artists and providing the opportunities to the performers.
And, you know, I guess there's still some change to be made. You were telling me earlier about a story when you were looking at cars I thought was interesting.
Heath and I were kind of just shopping around this region looking for some sort of a touring van. So we were looking for a minivan, just some stuff. Seriously, just looking. And of course, we go to the car lot. This car salesman comes out, younger guy, and he says, "Oh, you're Heath and Molly. You know, you guys are musicians." And we're like, "Yeah. You know, we're just looking." And he says, "Well, do you give free concerts?" And I looked at him and I was like, "Do you sell free cars?" And I couldn't believe that he would even ask a question like that, just assuming that we would even maybe say yes, you know.
Well, it certainly was a big problem years ago before the venues opened up, and I guess more respect on how difficult and how challenging it is to be a musician as a profession.
It is, and it's about respect, but it's also in any business, in any development on any level, it's so important to do it the right way. And for a healthy arts environment to grow and prosper, have to have that foundational support in the way of payment or some value for one's services. It doesn't matter if you're a lawyer, a doctor, a DJ, or an artist. That healthy environment has to be there and has to be fostered.
Do you get along with other musicians, and are they seeing a change in more gratitude and appreciation for the talent?
I think so. We get along great with musicians. We have our studio, and we produce a lot of events in the region, and we love our local talent. We've said for many years some of the best talent literally in the world is right here in our backyard, and it's exciting to see that talent.
Well, Molly, you're on the road a lot, and that's expensive too. People don't understand the cost that a musician must incur, not only in equipment but travel as well.
Right.
Do you think that's changing, and why?
I mean, I don't know if it's changing. Maybe, you know, because we're talking about the support in the community. So certainly payment, I think, for services is changing, especially locally, which is great. But as far as changing what it costs to be a musician, Certainly not. If anything, I think it's probably going up because I talk to Heath all the time. I grew up in a farming family, and I equate music a lot to farming because, you may see what a farmer brings in just as far as a paycheck or whatever they would get for selling their grain or their tobacco or whatever, and see this big sum of money, but you don't know all of the expenses that have been taken out in order to even make probably a few dollars off of that paycheck. So music is a lot like farming, and you don't make a lot of money, especially
that's
independently.
Exactly right. You
So
have gas, hotel, food, not to mention the tens of thousands of dollars of gear you're carrying around and your rehearsal time, and we love it, but it's a tough business.
Well, you all are ambassadors not only for Owensboro and our surrounding area, but I think for other musicians too. You've helped open up a lot of doors. There are a lot of talented younger musicians. What advice would you give them?
The biggest advice I would give them, and one thing we've learned over and over, and it's a cliche, but it's true. There's no substitute for hard work. Talent, yes, in this business, you have to work on your talent daily, but work. It's hard work. We work literally from the minute we get up till the minute we go to sleep every day. And it's if you want to do it, you can certainly do it. You can achieve your dreams, but it's a lot of hard work.
And I think depend on yourself and know that you're the person who's going to get you to where that you need to be. And as long as you work hard and you put in that good, valuable time and that good, positive energy, I think people can achieve their dreams,
Absolutely.
But you have to know that you're the one who's going to do it. Nobody's going to do it for you.
It must be discouraging at times, but it must be a real high being in front of tens of thousands of people like you all have been overseas. What's that like, being in front of a crowd like that?
It's pretty cool.
It's exhilarating.
Does it make it all worth it?
Oh, definitely.
It does, and what makes it even better is when they are literally rocking note for note and singing along with songs you have written.
What can the city of Owensboro and the other venues, such as Friday After 5 and Thursday Night Date Night, how can they help musicians?
I think keep doing what they're doing, keep supporting musicians, keep offering fair compensation for fair work for musicians and promoting them and keeping that exchange truly a win-win, and just keep moving forward with that. I think you guys are doing a great job, and I think it shows in the success of the events and the organizations.
Well, you have some new projects coming up, too.
We do. We recorded a new studio album in Olomouc, Czech Republic. That was really cool. Great studio. We're also working on the final stages of our Czech tour DVD. We took 2 cameras with us both years and filmed behind the scenes, the outtakes. There's some funny stuff, and every concert. It's great. It's really cool. And then also, we're going to finish up, actually, this Saturday. We do a concert inside Cascade Caves at Carter Cave State Resort Park, which is awesome. It's a great vibe, and we'll finish up our live album we're recording. So we have 3 really great projects coming out in a relatively short period of time.
My bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door.
We're talking to Heath and Molly, and we wish you the best. Thank you for all you've done for the musicians here in Owensboro and the musical environment here in Owensboro. What's next for you? Where do you want to be in 5 and 10 years?
We're making we'll be back to Europe several times, but we're making a strong push to start touring out west more. I would say for sure we're going to hit Colorado, Arizona, California, and see some friends out there.
Molly, you're in the driver's seat here. That's some
my
long
gosh.
driving. Can you do it?
I hope so. I don't know. This new promotion's about to kill me.
And I want to add one thing, because we've talked a lot about so many things, but it's real important for us to say thank you to you and thank you to our friends and fans, business owners, venues, city officials. The bottom line in this business, our customers and clients are our fans and the people who hire us. And without them and without their support, we would not be able to do what we do. So we must say a big hearty thanks to them. They give us the fuel, the fire, the resources, the means to continue doing what we do for a living that we love so much, and we do not take that for granted. We love you all and appreciate it very much.
Heath and Molly, thank you, the Owensboro musical ambassadors to the world. We appreciate you all. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Kirk.
Thanks, Kurt.